For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you a review on an Outwell tent. This is the Outwell Vermont XLP. It's a model that's been in the Outwell collection for quite a number of years now, and it's very much a good recipe of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Beautiful, big, spacious tent with steel poles and offers sort of 3 zones. You've got your sleeping area, your main living area, and a nice big wide open canopy area as well. So loads of talking points, and yet again with Outwell, loads and loads of features in the tent. And from the outside, you can see you've got a really nice embossed fabric. So you've got a beautiful Outwell 6000mm hydrostatic head. So good sort of fabric there. Loads of ventilation panels along sort of the outside to give yourself a good circulation of air and keep it nice and fresh and airy, and certainly help sort of fight condensation. But what you also get as well is beautiful big windows to allow plenty of light inside the tent. The windows are actually tinted as well, so yet again, from the outside looking in, you can't really see what you're looking at, but from the inside you still obviously get plenty of light. Also, you get the ability of sort of privacy as well. You have got curtains on every single window as well to get complete privacy if you want that, so that's always the option. A system they use with their sort of steel pole tents is this lovely little system here, so it actually pulls the fabric and the steel pole together when you guy it out. So again, it's a bit more of a robust thing and something that's just unique to Outwell. You've got a nice mud skirt around the front here again to try and help sort of anything come underneath, and yeah, really again just with the sort of the bathtub ground sheet in the front canopy area really does make it sort of a league of its own. You've got 2 side doors which we can obviously see a bit better from the inside, but what you can also do if you want to is buy some king poles, bring these out and create almost like a separate little canopy area on this particular model, so that's a really nice little feature as well. And you've yet again with the front door, you've got almost like a panoramic front door, so it's a really good 360-degree views from the inside there. And the door situation is quite interesting actually, because you've got the ability of adapting it. So we've rolled it up completely here for the time being, but what you can actually do is actually separate it into smaller sections. So if I unravel this door here, so you can see you can actually make it a much smaller door if you wanted to as well, and you still got lovely big window panels at the front to get yourself plenty of visibility. So really positive model. We'll talk a bit more about certain features as we have a look inside. So let's have a see what we got. So now we're inside the Vermont XLP, you can get a bit more of a better grasp for how it's all laid out. So like I said, you've got sort of 3 sections to the actual tent. Your main sleeping area at the back, a really good sized living area, and a beautiful, nice big open canopy area. Canopy area, like I said, on the front door, you can see you can actually just got a second door here, which if you don't want to have it nice and open, you can keep it just all nice and plain and simple. But you've also got a mesh panel at that door as well, so it means you can get good circulation of air without having sort of to worry about bugs or critters coming in. In the camping area, you've got a bathtub ground sheet, so basically it comes up at the sides, you're going to stop the draft coming underneath, and it sort of toggles up, and it's a really nice sort of thorough one. And certainly when you come into the entrance part, it actually zips down and makes it flat, so you haven't got a lip when you're stepping in or out of the tent. Moving on to the living area, you see there is a slight little lip, but you've got plenty of play in that, so you probably, if you wanted to, you could try and peg that down a bit more thoroughly. Also, what's on the outside is about the window situation. So all the windows have the ability of curtains, so you can actually all happily, and there's all zip up and down curtains. It's a very sort of thorough job. So joys of it, you've just got a small little retainer. That just comes out there, and then you can 2 zips either side, and you can have your privacy. The joys of actually using zips is the fact you can actually have it halfway. So if you wanted to just sort of, again, flood a bit of light in, but still keep certain things private, you can also do that. One thing the Vermont actually does have in comparison to other models in the Outwells is things like places to hang your towels. So quite a few of the Outwell tents have their own individual wardrobes, which is fair enough because you always have a hanging rail in there to put your clothes or hanging towels and stuff, keep it dry. But Vermont's quite unique. There's got 2 either side of the canopy area. And the joys of that, again, if the towels are dripping dry, you can remove the front ground sheet in the canopy area, which probably I would recommend doing anyway. That way, when you leave the door open, if it starts raining, it's just going to go straight into the ground rather than collect on the ground sheet. And so, same sort of thing again, when the towels are drying, just drips into the grass, not a problem. You've got a nice big open door in from the canopy area to the main living area, and then you can tuck it away and have it as one nice open area like we have here. So we've just put this aside for the time being, but I can show you guys what that looks like. So you can zip it up, take it to halfway, and there's actually a point here to roll it back. Alternatively, you can make it all the way across, and yet again you've got lovely big mesh panels in both sides, which allows you again good circulation of air and keeps that front area separate. The joys of probably actually this whole big divider is necessarily if you wanted to cook underneath shelter, like what you would do in the canopy area, really you need to segregate your main canopy area to the sleeping area, because obviously you're producing carbon monoxide gas, so really being careful with that. And yet again, and you've also got a zip along the bottom, so it's a really nice thorough job. But we'll just put that out of the way for the time being, just so you can see the tent much easier. So just tuck that around the corner. Like I said, you've got the wardrobe, which doesn't really take up a lot of space, which is ideal, so you can still store stuff in there, or alternatively, I suppose, use it as a kid's toilet, so again, you don't have to venture out to the toilet block in the middle of the night if you just want to put a small little portability in there. Good idea, I think. Yet again, if I just take this down, it sort of gives you a bit more better look at the door situation here. So you've got two side doors, as well as a nice big front door. Both side doors have a mesh part to it, so yet again, you can have a good circulation of air without sort of bugs and critters coming in. And what you also get, like I said, well, that was the features. So you've got point to hang your lantern, as well as little Velcro tabs just here. So what you can do is, again, if you've got mains hookup, feed the cable all the way and have your mains light there. And yet again, because you've got Velcro tabs, it leads down to cable entry points for your mobile mains. So you can actually, again, don't have to leave the door open the whole time. Moving to the sleeping area, what you've got is a beautiful royal bedroom. So it's actually deeper than your normal bedrooms you'll find with traditional tents. Normally you find about 2 meters 10 there or thereabouts. So on this you got 2 meters 50. So that allows you to be able to have a double, sort of a nice proper camp bed that comes up to here, as it should be, rather than having to turn it round and sleep that way along, because there's not enough depth where the sort of back slopes off, if you get what I mean. So that's a really nice thing that, again, excuse me, is really down to Outwell and Outwell alone. You've got storage pockets at the front to put your keys, books, just tidy and keep all the mess in there nicely and organised rather than have it scattered around. And again, on the bedrooms, you've got this like mesh part here. So what happens to spread the weight of the inner, so it doesn't create one particular stress point on the tent. So again, that's really going to help the tent literally last longer as well. The XLP, its ability to sleep 7 really is probably more of a comfy 6. And you've got, this is 2 parts here, is actually one sort of bedroom with a divider. So the divider goes sort of up the sides, so it doesn't actually run all the way along the bottom, but the separate one over here is completely separate. So it really does feel like an inner, but if you wanted to, you've got the ability of having it as one big open bedroom. Really nice little thing. Yet again, what you've also got with this particular model is a new thing for this year. Not only has it got the XL bedrooms, but you've also got the ability to have 360-degree view. So you can now actually, there's panels all around the back, so you can look out behind the tent. So yet again, if you've got kids and you want to sort of do something and keep an eye on where they are, you've still got the ability to have a view out there, but you've also got a curtain to get privacy when you want to as well. You've got a beautiful big mesh panel at the back to obviously help with condensation, and yet again, you've got almost like a gyro system inside here as well to hang bits and bobs on. So really, they have thought about it, quite thoroughly. And yet again, what you also do find as well is there's a cable entry point into the inners, which no one really else does. So it means if you want to charge your phone in the middle of the night and keep it by you, and store it in sort of your little pockets down here, you've still got the ability to. And yet again, height-wise throughout the tent, me being 6'2", 6'3", bedrooms, no problem, I can get changed in here. And even in the corners, we're doing pretty well, to be fair. It's really nice, spacious tent, and certainly for people who are looking, for camping, and certainly, in stormier weathers, the steel frame, really nice and strong, great shape, and you're never going to have a problem with, not enough room, because this tent has it in abundance. So really positive model, plenty of talking points, and that's pretty much is the Outwell Vermont XLP for the 2017 season.